Older and Dumber.
Hey everybody, welcome to Older and Dumber, the podcast about two dumb friends today, just trying to make it in this government-issued building we call
Earth.
I thought that was pretty good. I should have said Earth as well, but I hit you with
We never.
I hit you with the mix-up, so how would you know, But anyway, guys, today we are talking...
Excuse me.
We are talking weird, crazy, unprecedented, awkward government / DMV stories. Essentially, Joey didn't bring any, but I did.
You know, we
So
came up with this topic an hour ago.
Yep, and I was fully prepared.
He was at the DMV.
I was. Which
waiting for 3 hours, so he had the ability to search. I was at work having to work.
So yeah. So I'm gonna tell some stories and then we're gonna react to it. But before I even get into the internet's stories, we're gonna get into my story of my DMV experience today.
Was it a good story?
No, it's not. It's absolutely annoying and got me into.
Can you believe that they moved the DMV?
I don't even care about that. The building is nicer, I will say.
Yeah,
way nicer than
I
the
didn't
courthouse.
know. I went to the old
I didn't know either until yesterday. You went to the old one? It's a courthouse. What'd you do?
I walked up to the doors all taped off. I was like, "What? Where's the DMV?"
Remember for the longest time the front door's taped off and it was like use the other door? So did you go to the other door? And then what?
Taped.
Damn.
No one in that building.
Damn, no one's even in it?
Mm-mm.
Huh. I wonder what they're going to do with that building. Right, but I mean, like, what are they going to put there instead?
Nothing. Parking lot. It's Corning.
It's a hill.
Yeah. They'll bulldoze that section out and put a 6-car lot.
A 6-lot tilted parking lot.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, anyway.
Either that or they'll make it into a luxury apartment.
Dude, I will tell you what. The luxury apartments that have been being put in, wow. I have seen like the demo apartments and like the amenities they give. Wow. If I could afford it, I would live in one of those places. I live in a full house now and it's still more than that. Like that's crazy. But they're really nice. It's stupid how nice they are. Anyway, DMV is what we're talking about.
Yep.
So this got me heated, guys. Like I was fuming, and it's only like it's like it's one of those things that's just like, wow, wow, help me,
Bureaucracy.
get out of the way. Like wow,
The DMV
insane
exists as like a shrine to red tape. There's no reason for the DMV to exist. They should be able to do all that shit at the dealership.
when you do it all online.
When you go down to the sporting goods store and you buy a pew pew, you know what? You don't have to go to the gun registry.
No, you don't.
And register it. They do it all at the store for you.
It's all online.
They do all your background checks. They do everything right there.
You can register a weapon online or whatever. You can do all that stuff without having to go to the DMV. You can register. You can renew your register on your car. You can get an inspection. Like you can do so much other garbage. But if it has to do with an ID, you have to go in person, which is crazy. But I thought, because it's been a while since I'd done anything with my ID. A while. I figured that as a country, a world, we have decided to really, involve and bring ourselves into the 21st century, especially after COVID, when everyone was forced to be inside and stay home. I really thought we finally went into a world where you could do what you needed online, simple and easy. Not only that, but the entire DMV website and New York.gov website got an entire overhaul specifically for new and outdated to upgrade outdated things and bring about an easier involvement. So why not, Hunter? Take a chance. I took a chance. So here's the beginning of the story: is I have to fly this month. In order to fly, it is now since May 7th. You have to have required a real ID or enhanced ID in order to fly domestic. So I have to get myself a real ID or enhanced ID. Enhanced ID is what I'm looking to get, by the way, in order to fly. So I'm talking about it, and I found online. Go here. You can pre-screen, get all your stuff uploaded so you can go right to the DMV and get it picked up. I said, sweet, I do it. I go through the whole pre-screening process. I've got to do my license, my social security card. I have to do proof of residency. I have to do my birth certificate. So we'll get to that part. So you have to upload all of your documentation. I'm saying it's a 12-step process. You go through each thing, you confirm each thing, you blah 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 blah, front and back, uploaded all this stuff. So I get to do all of that except for my birth certificate, because I don't have a copy of my birth certificate. Like I do now, but I don't physically own a copy of my birth certificate.
Yep. So
I text my mom and say, hey mom, I need my birth certificate. Do you have it? I need to take a look. I'll text you back. Text me back and goes, I don't have it. Your sister does. I said, oh, okay. Well, can you text her? She said, yeah, no problem. This is a process that took about 2 days. Finally, she has it. You can go pick it up. I said, sweet. She said, also, after you pick it up, I'm actually contacting Guam and getting 3 more copies. I said, oh? She says, yeah, I'm getting 3 more copies of your originals so that I can have one, your sister can have one, and you can have another one just in case. I said, all right, sure. So I go and I pick up my birth certificate, and before that, I got a front picture and a back picture to put in my pre-screen process so I could finish it out. It says, okay, here's this form. It's all completely filled out for you now. All you have to do is sign it, print that, and bring it with you. I said, great, I can do that. So I get it printed and blah, blah, blah. And then it says, go ahead and bring your ID, your SSN, and your birth certificate with you. I said, okay, I uploaded that stuff, but sure, I'll bring it. I have to assume it's something like if the picture isn't right, they want to actually see it, blah, blah, blah. Makes sense. They probably won't even ask for it. That's the whole point of the pre-screening process. You finish the pre-screening process, it says, okay, now you're going to go to, so what's your county? Put my county in. This is the DMV you're going to go to. Bring a copy of this reference number to your DMV with your ID, SSN, and birth certificate. I said, okay, wonderful. This is fantastic. This is so easy. I've got my reference ID. I've got my paperwork. I head to the DMV today. I got there at about, 1:50. I finally get in front of a clerk at like 2:40 something, 2:50 something. So I'd been in line pretty long. And I was behind a couple with a baby, which the baby wasn't too bad. But there was this older lady who came up and just started talking to them. The lady was an old white lady, and the couple was not white. So the conversation was very awkward and annoying, because she's like asking them questions about the baby, and they're like, what? Okay? And so I'm like, they can't understand you. Stop asking about their baby. So anyway, I finally get to the clerk. And I'm like, hey, ma'am. She's like, can I help you? I said, oh, sweet. Yeah, awesome. Great. Go up to the clerk and say, hey, I'm here to get an enhanced ID. She says, okay, great. You have the paper. I say, yeah, I got the form right here. I got my birth certificate, and I have my reference number. She says, what reference number? I said, my pre-screening reference number. We don't do that. You must have misheard me. My pre-screening I did on the DMV website for this DMV. I have my reference number for that, where I uploaded all my documents. Yeah, we don't do that. Okay, I don't think you heard me. So I went to the New York DMV website, yeah, and I did pre-screening for the county, this county, DMV website for pre-screening, yeah. I uploaded all my documentation, which was a 12-step process, by the way, and took me 3 days to do, because of other means, but it doesn't matter. But pre-screening then says, bring reference ID and these 3 things to this DMV. GPS location. Yes, I have that. We don't do that. We don't do any of the online stuff. Okay. All right. Brain's now broken at this point. Unable to fathom the ridiculousness that was just told to me. I said, fine. I need an enhanced ID. Here's my form that's completely filled out because you want to know why? The pre-screening process did it for me. Here's this. She says, okay, I need your license, SSN, and birth certificate. Okay, I have all three of those. She says, okay, I need your proof of residency. Okay, I have that on my phone. Oh, what? It needs to be printed. So the thing that I did, where I didn't have to print any of it and I was able to upload it conveniently, I might ask, even though it was a 12-step process, I have to have this printed. You can't just, oh, look, proof of where I live. You has to be printed? Yeah. Do you have a printer? She's like, yeah. Can I email it to you? We don't have emails. I find that hard to believe, but fine. How can I get it to you? You could fax it. Fax? We are not in the... Are you kidding me? A fax. I could give you the most outdated version of how to send information to a person, but you don't have email? No, we don't have email. You need to get it printed. So you're telling me I can't do this today? No, I'm sorry. I'm fuming, bro. I'm like fuming. And I said, fine. I'll take my stuff back, please. Take my stuff back, put it in my wallet. I take the forms, I go outside, and I walked outside, and immediately the door closed, and I said, this is a fucking bullshit. Are you fucking kidding me? This dumb. We live in 2025. I can't have an email to send my documents to. I'm flabbergasted, bro. Flabbergasted. But I calmed down before I got here, which was great because we got some pizza.
He didn't. He yelled at me on the phone.
I didn't yell at you on the phone. You called me and I could hear your car braking or something. Your car sounded like you're going through hyperspace and some shit. Like when you're in the Jeep and you're on your Bluetooth, all you can hear is. I'm like, why? Why is that what I hear right now? But anyway. Yeah, I was pretty fuming, bro. But when I got here, I was able to sit for a little while, take some drinks, eat some food, and I got fine. But tell me your opinion on my DMV visit. What's your reaction?
It's every government. Every lawyer, every government, like, it's the most archaic. You're better off just snail mailing stuff to them.
I find it so ridiculous that we live in a world where
that's for New York City. That stuff you did, that's for New York City. That doesn't count the rest of the state.
Which is fucking insane because it says go to, not going to say the county DMV and bring them this reference number. Then fix your website. You just did a huge overhaul to it to fix this kind of stuff.
For the city.
Fucking insane. Insane in the membrane, bro. So again, I'm fuming, bro. But it blows my mind. We live in the 21st century. You know, we could put a man on the moon, but we can't make a proper website. Like, blowing my mind. Blowing my mind.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with the website. It did everything it needed to do.
You're right. We should find where the bottleneck is and fix it.
The bottleneck is they don't have an internet connection at the DMV.
Oh, man, dude. Oh, I was livid.
You get your license picture taken, and it's not a digital camera. They pull out one of the old fucking big flashball.
Oh yeah, dude, it looks like a projector from. It looks like a projector from school. Like I feel like I'm about to get a lesson, and they're like, "Stand there."
Put in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre flashbulb sounds.
Oh man. Yeah,
that's like, what it's. That's the DMV camera.
And they're like, before we can take the picture, you gotta wait 5 minutes for the light bulb to warm up. It's like, what? What do you mean warm up? What do you mean?
It's so wild.
Electricity travels at the speed of light. What do you mean?
They got that whole new facility, and
Oh yeah.
no update. They're
No.
still using the PCs from 1995.
Oh yeah, they just took everything from in that building and put it in.
They got Windows 3.5 on those.
Oh yeah, they're a little updated on that, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
They went from Vista to 3.5.
No, they backstepped from Vista to
Oh.
3.5.
It's all right. My bad. I don't know my old technology. I know new technology because we live in the 21st century. Are we in the 20? No, we're still in the 21st century.
Yeah, we're long way to go to
Till
the
the
next
22nd century. Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't roll off the tongue like 21st century does.
one. No. 22 cent 22. They'll say.
Shit, 22. At that point, they're all going to be drinking energy drinks for water.
They
And
won't.
be-
They won't even be able to say cent 22. That's too long.
Yeah, they'll be growing their crops with.
They'll be like
Gatorade.
CTT.
CTT. What is that? That's supposed to be Century 22?
Yeah.
CTT. Everybody talks in acronyms in the future. That's hysterical.
They don't. The TikToks are like a half a second long.
Oh yeah, they're just
That's,
images.
and that's
They're
people.
just
Are,
images.
people are still like,
Could you imagine a future where everyone just says letters? Like it's just no words. It's just letters for every conversation.
yeah,
Like that's crazy. We should try that one day.
no.
We should see if we can figure out what we're trying
Sounds
to
like
say.
a nightmare.
Oh yeah, but it sounds fun at the same time. Okay, so that was my story for the DMV, guys. It
Consumers.
was absolutely awful. So let's get into some more funny things across the world that people have come across.
Has anyone ever been so mad at the DMV that they set themselves on fire inside the DMV?
Wow, I don't know about that one. You'd have to look that up. I don't know. That's pretty crazy. All right, so here is a story. They have named it the ideologically opposed.
Ideologically.
Yeah, but ID in the
Oh,
then
yeah,
dash.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah. So, the story is customers have to put their driver's license info onto a liability waiver. There was one old guy filling it out, and he says, customer, you guys won't share this information with the government, will you? I don't want them to know more about me than they already do. Coworker, sir, I'll let you in on a little secret. The government already has all that info. The customer stops writing mid-form, looks up with his mouth open, then proceeds to frantically rip up his paperwork. Customer, why didn't you stop them? Coworker, sir, we didn't give it to them. What do you think is the organization that gave you your government-issued photo ID?
Oh, and that's why it takes long. That's why the DMV takes long. Because you get people in there like that.
Mhm.
That are like, oh, your baby looks like a little Carmelo roll.
Dude,
I'm here to get my name taken off of my proof of residency, but I didn't bring any paperwork
Oh my gosh.
because I don't want them listening to me through my aluminum foil hat.
Dude, that's the same kind of people who, when they came into GameStop, would be like, what do you need my ID for? Like, why is it? Because you got to know who you are. I got to prove that you're a person. Like, just give me the damn ID.
Do you want to know what I found?
Oh, about the lighting themselves on
Yeah.
fire? Sure, go ahead.
AI overview, because I couldn't find an actual link because the internet's dead. But
Okay.
while it's impossible to definitively confirm that someone has set themselves on fire in the DMV due to frustration, it's not impossible. Frustration at the DMV can be incredibly high due to the long wait times, complicated procedures, and often impersonal service. While extreme acts of violence like self-immolation are rare, they can occur as a result of intense emotional distress.
So you didn't get an answer. You just got someone who, the internet saying, yeah, it's possible.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. All right, here's a crazy DMV story that I was reading and was like, wow. This one's a little long, but it's not like crazy.
Now we got some time
Yeah,
left.
all right, I'm going to read the story out, okay? The story is, we'd write a title here, but our parents need to be here. ... we think. That's the title. My daughter is 21 now. When she was 18, I co-signed for a car for her as she had no credit. She had a job at the time and had been there for 2 years, and she's pretty responsible with money. I wasn't worried about her missing any payments. She did get a better job when she turned 20. It paid more money, and she could work her way up, which she did. At 21, she was offered a promotion and a significant pay raise. The only catch was that the job was in another state. Daughter thought long and hard about it, and even though it broke my heart, she accepted it. I wasn't worried. I was happy for her. Her company was very good about paying her moving expenses, and they found her a decently priced apartment. Before the move, daughter researched and made phone calls to the DMV, as well as to the car tag office, which they must be in a place that those two places are a different place.
Yeah.
But either way.
Even more red tape.
Right. To see what she needed to have everything changed over. After speaking to these places, she felt sure she had everything they needed. The tag office had asked her if the car was financed, and she had replied, yes. The clerk's response had been a simple, okay. When daughter moved, she had no problems getting her license changed over. The car tag was a different story. First, the clerk told her that her insurance card wasn't valid, even though it said June 14th, 2024 to January 4th, 2025. This happened in October of 2024. So daughter called me. Daughter, I'm confused about what the clerk needs from me. It sounds like you need proof of insurance that's recent. Daughter, it is. The card says it's for June 4th to January 4th. Show the dates to the clerk and let her know that this is recent. Daughter did that and was still told that it was not recent. So she called me again, and I told her to ask for a supervisor. The supervisor came over, examined the insurance, and determined that it was valid and recent. Daughter then called me again. Daughter, the clerk asked for the title for the car I'm registering. The car is still being financed. We don't have a title yet. It's not even paid off. Daughter, I explained that to her, and she still said that they have to have a title. So I called the bank that financed the car and asked what we should do. The bank recommended a memorandum title. Then I called the clerk's office and asked if that was sufficient. The clerk said yes. I also pointed out that the title is in both names since I had co-signed. Clerk number 1. If the title says my name or daughter, there will be no problem getting it registered. However, if the title reads my name and daughter, you will have to be present when she gets it registered. The title says or. Clerk number 1. Okay, then your daughter can get the car registered by herself without you. So my daughter got a memorandum title, took it to the tag office, and was told that I had to be present to get the car registered.
I just keep registering and inspecting in my old state.
I had to be present to get the car registered. Daughter called me, and I spoke to this clerk, who told me that she was a supervisor. When I spoke to clerk 1, I was told that if the title said my name or daughter, I don't have to be present. Clerk number 2, no, you have to be here. Isn't there an alternative way to do this? I live 500 miles away. Clerk number 2, no, sorry, you have to be here. So I took a day off from work, drove the 500 miles, and met daughter at the tag office. I handed
that's like going to Virginia Beach from here.
Yeah. I handed my driver's license to the clerk. Clerk number 3, looking at the license. Wow. Did you really live in state? Yes. Do you really live in state? Yes. You drove all the way here for this? Yes. That's what the last clerk told me I had to do. You didn't have to be present for this. All we need is a picture of your driver's license. All you had to do was text it to your daughter, and that would have been sufficient. Can I talk to clerk number 2? She's the last person I spoke with.
I'm gonna kill myself and then her.
She's the last person I spoke with, and she told me that she was a supervisor. Clerk number 3, looking at me funny. I'll be right back. When she came back, another lady was with her. Are you clerk number 2? No, I'm the supervisor. I am the supervisor over the whole department. I explained to supervisor what clerk 2 had told me. She said she was a supervisor. Supervisor: no, clerk 2 is just a clerk, not a supervisor. I'm so sorry that you drove so far. Clerk number 3 told you the truth. You didn't need to come along for this. It's clerk 2's day off today, but I will be having a conversation with her later. A couple of weeks later, for fun, I decided to call up the tag office and ask for clerk number 2. The clerk who answered the phone told me that clerk number 2 no longer worked there.
Nice.
At least there was a happy ending to that story.
Fucking bitch, dude.
Uh,
I couldn't imagine that.
oh my gosh, that's insane.
I would have. I don't know where it sounded like she was good through at least the end of the year. I would have just wrote it out and then headed home for vacation and got my shit done in the state I was in before.
I will say, she got her driver's license done.
Yeah.
Did we really need to have a whatever? So again, if they live in the States, then it seems as simple as just, my car's registered.
Especially with us on the border, like PA, New York plates all the time.
All the time.
Like people go down because it's cheaper to get inspections in PA.
Yeah, and it's like no one's driving around being like, do you live here? This car's been parked here too long from whatever. Like nobody's doing that.
Yeah.
Nobody's doing. Now your license, I can see the difference because that's kind of, it's your permanent residence. That's how the government is supposed to know where you live to get mail and blah, 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 blah. They don't need to know where your damn car is from. You know what I mean? Like you're driving it. That's how you get.
Yeah. What about people who are like there for school or something?
Exactly.
And they're not going to re-register their car.
Exactly. There's like no point for it. So that's wild.
Yeah.
A wild story. The fact, I'm glad that clerk 2 got fired though.
Good. Fuck that person, man.
Oh yeah, big time. Just absolutely wild. All right, let's see. We probably got time for, that was a long story, but let's see if I can get another one that I thought was really good. Nope, not that one. That one's really long and lame.
Long and lame.
Oh yeah, it was a horrible one.
That's my bad. I found a lot of people that were like, one time I had to wait 3 hours. That was the whole story.
That's the whole story. Let's see. This is actually, I don't know this one. I haven't read this one before, so I'm just going to read it off because it's the first one on here.
All right. If it's bad, you're fired.
Yeah, I guess so. The title of this one is He Heard That Song from Hamilton and Got Totally Confused. That's the title. So that's why I called out to me to read this one. So let's see. A couple of years ago, our area faced a major hurricane that caused billions of dollars worth of destruction.
Florida.
Being in the construction / home improvement business,
this guy's raking the dough in.
Our company stayed steady for almost 2 years straight, booked out months at a time, putting people's homes and lives back together, not to mention those who have lost loved ones as casualties in the storms. One of the regular sales representatives from one of the vendors came in to do a product check and was making small talk with me about the recent slowdown in business. Me.
Boy, I hope there's another hurricane soon. You guys must be really feeling it.
Me. Yeah, this is the first time we have actually slowed down since the hurricane in 22. Sales rep. But just wait until the government decides to create another hurricane. Me.
Dude, no. My grandma believes that shit. She's like, oh, the government controls the weather.
Oh my
They
God.
don't.
No,
they don't. They did some experiment with seeding rain clouds. That's not weather control. They're not fucking Cobra Commander out here with the weather dominator making hurricanes.
Hurricane. Me. I'm sorry. I don't believe the government can create hurricanes. Sales rep. Yes, they do. Oh they have giant machines out in the ocean that make them.
That's what the Bermuda Triangle is, bro.
They have giant.
It's where the big fans come up out of the water. They hit boats and make them sink.
They have giant machines out in the ocean that make them every election season, so we do not vote. And they get to control things they want to. I just stared at him. But when I realized he was serious, and this was the beginning of a rant, I just chuckled and made some excuse about getting back to work. I have since then avoided talking to him about the most basic of small topics. Weather.
Bro, I would have kept it on. I would see how far he'd go. I would have seen how far he'd go. I'd be like, yo, you think they can make blizzards down here? We could have Blizzard Beach for real?
Here's my thing about this story. The title had nothing to do with what this story was about. I was ready to hear something about Hamilton. There was nothing about Hamilton in this.
You think they can make Blizzard Beach for real?
Blizzard Beach for real? Dude, is there really people out there who think the government controls the weather?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Man, the government controls everything. What do you think they use all that red tape for?
All right. They're banking on you not using their banking is the next story. Let's see if it has anything to do with the actual story. I work for a municipality in the tax collector's office. We take payments for many types of bills and have several methods of payment. We accept over-the-phone payments, but we have to process them through our online payment system.
Sounds like a scam to me.
Similar to how people pay their bills online on our website. Because it is an online transaction, an email address is required to send a receipt. The following conversation happened today, but it happens dozens of other times a year. After bringing up the account and confirming how much they want to pay and running through the first several fields. Okay, and what's your email address? I don't feel comfortable giving out my email address.
You just gave me a social security number, routing number, and account number.
Okay. It is just used to send you a receipt. We don't put you on a mailing address, and we don't use your email for any other purpose. The system requires an email address to send a receipt. Yeah, I suppose I can put in my own email address. You just won't receive a copy of the receipt, so if you're okay with that. Yeah, I don't need a receipt. Okay, I'll put in my own email. And how were you paying today? Oh, my bank account. Here's my routing and account numbers.
Mm-hmm.
They rattle off all their personal banking information. On rare occasions, they'll then even ask me to send the receipt to their email, the one they didn't want to share with me.
This is why people get scammed.
Oh yeah.
They get the fucking Amazon text and they're like, "Oh boy.
My package.
My package is not. I don't remember what I ordered, but I better send this $250."
That's the wild part about those scams that get me, bro. Like, it says a package that we're trying to deliver wasn't able to be delivered, blah 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 blah, and people are like, "Oh man, I better hurry up so I can make sure I get my package." Oh, what did you order? I didn't order anything.
Funny story.
Then,
I got sent a group one earlier today. Literally on my way to work, or on my way over here from work. A group one popped up, and then immediately someone in the group responded, "Suck my big toe."
Like a group text message?
Yeah, they tried to hit like a bunch of people at once.
At once? Oh my gosh. That's insane. The balls sometimes that these scammers have, man. Like,
well, what do you say we ask these lovely viewers to share their DMV stories in the comments below?
Damn, I really wanted to read this one, but it was it's super long. It's a full conversation, though.
Close to 30.
It's called 1234 Shut the Fuck Up Street.
If you want 1234 Shut the Fuck Up Street, we'll record it and put it on the Patreon.
I really want to read it really quick.
No.
Let me just read the first sentence.
No.
I'm a dispatcher for a city water department, and sometimes we get panicky callers needing their water turned off for one reason or another. You'd think that you'd want the dispatcher to know the address of where you are and not fill a call with endless chatter so they could get the work done to get the crew there. Thankfully, I am allowed to hang up on people. Me. City water department. Speaking super fast. I am over at my mother-in-law's house and we heard a weird noise out of the garage. So we went out there and there's water coming out of the foundation and we're trying to slow down. The caller doesn't stop. Sweep all the water away from the rest of the stuff in the garage and okay, stop. The caller pauses to let me get a word in. Where is this? In the garage and we're trying to get all of this. I mean, what location? My mother-in-law's house, like I said, and we're trying to sweep all of this water. Street address. 1234 ABC Street. There's just so much water I don't realize how much pressure. Okay, so you need an emergency shut off of the water at the meter. The caller keeps talking super fast like the Micro Machine commercials. Well, at first we heard all this kind of popping, but not really a pop exactly, and then we can hear water running, like when the washer is on, you kind of hear while water moves through the pipes. Well, there was that sound, and we wondered what kind of thing inside the house would... He hasn't answered my question. I interrupt, talking over the top of him. So I'm trying to get a crew out to you as soon as I can to shut the water off. Is that what you need? Still speaking super fast. Yes, after we realized that essentially keeps telling the story of what happened. I don't need any of that information. I need to radio the crew, okay? Okay, and then we went out in the garage. Oh my gosh, I have a couple of so essentially the person just keeps trying to tell them. That's like, again, that's a GameStop story where someone's trying to ask something. They ask you an easy question.
They tell you a whole story.
Yes.
They tell you a whole story, and all they have to do is be like, how much would I get if I traded my Xbox?
Yeah, I don't need the whole story. Just ask. I don't need the backstory.
They come in, and they're like, they've got their fucking crank bugs on their arms, and they're all tweaked out, and eyes sunk back in their head looking all green. Yeah, I like playing these games so much. Like, these were my favorite games, but, I need a little money right now.
Okay, sounds good. What are you trading?
Well, I got some games, and I really like to play them. This one's that one's one of my favorites. I beat that one.
Oh, it's the worst. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining us for Older and Dumber, the podcast about two dumb friends just trying to wait in this line, endless line,
red tape,
and cut through this red tape on this planet we call
Earth.
Again, thank you all for joining us, and also a big thank you to our sponsors, Checkpoint Gaming Lounge, the lounge where friends can be found.
No red tape here.
Where there's no red tape, and you can escape from the reality that is this
DMV
world. Damn, that is this world of DMV and no brevity. And excuse me, but can we please just get a little bit of unreality? What am I doing?
Like, comment, subscribe.
Ring my bell.
Do all those things. Support us on Patreon. It's as low as $5 a month. And you get extra bonus content on there.
We will see you guys next week.
Hey there, dipshits. It's me, Joey, a.k.a. Slooty Mage.
I'm Hunter, voice of Hunter Taylor.
And I'm Carter, Eagle Eagle. We're
Older and Dumber.
Every Friday, we drop wisdom, humor, and a whole lot of nonsense. You won't want to miss it.
Become a patron today for as low as $5 a month. Get early access to all our episodes and exclusive behind-the-scenes looks at all the things we're doing and May's super secret editing notes.
Shout out to all our awesome dipshits. Your support really helps keep this madness going.
Join the crew, be a dipshit. It's an exclusive club, and you're invited.
Throw Dipshits mark your calendar every Friday for a dose of Older and Dumber craziness. See you there.
Fade to black. Now my stand. Fade to black.